Hey friends, let's talk today about how to declutter the heart of your home, the kitchen. Let me give you 6 steps to go through your kitchen. Let me mention on the outset that this probably takes more than 20 or 30 minutes. When I first minimized my kitchen, I set aside a whole Saturday. So you might want to set aside some specific time, some intentional time to do this. But you're going to love the results afterwards. 6 steps. Number 1, relocate anything that doesn't belong in your kitchen. Kitchens are famous for being a dropping off spot. And so quickly scan the kitchen. What are some things that don't even belong in the room? Things like backpacks or junk mail or purses or tools, things that have just collected there that need to go somewhere else. It's usually stuff that tends to be very visible, and so when you get that out of the space at the beginning, you can start to see progress right away. So let's start by relocating anything that doesn't belong. Number 2, let's start decluttering the items in the kitchen. Look at duplicate items as a great place to start for this process. How many spatulas really do you need anyway? How many coffee mugs do you need? How many plastic cups that you got from sporting arenas do you need? How many knives? How many pots and pans? How many mismatched pieces of Tupperware? Most likely, if your kitchen needs to be decluttered, you have tons and tons of duplicate items that are never being used. Identify your favorites, keep those, and take everything else out of that space. Number 3, notice the physical boundaries in your kitchen. I realize in some circumstances, small apartments, tiny homes, maybe the kitchen really is too small. But most people nowadays have enough room in the kitchen in order to feed their family sufficiently. And yet, so many of us still complain about it, that there's not enough storage, there's not enough drawer space, there's not enough cabinet space. Maybe there is enough space, we're just putting too much stuff inside of those spaces. And so stop fighting or complaining against the physical boundaries and notice them and embrace them. Think to yourself, okay, I can keep as many pots and pans as fit in this area. I can keep as much dishware as fit in this cabinet, as much utensils that fit in this drawer. Notice them for what they are, embrace them, and use the guidelines to help you make decisions going forward. Number 4, identify proper homes for the items that remain. This is going to help you keep your kitchen decluttered going forward. It's a very important step when organizing any area of your home. Where are the pots and pans going to live? Where are the appliances going to live? Even down to the junk utility drawer. What is going to stay in here? What is going to live inside of here? What plastic organizers do I need in order to make this a functioning space going forward? Identify a proper home for everything. Number 5, clear your countertops. Now, I will admit, of all the ideas that I suggest, this is the one that people tend to argue with me the most about. But I love having a clear kitchen counter. When we have too much stuff in our kitchen and in our cabinets and in our drawers, it seems impossible that we're ever going to find a spot to put the toaster or the blender or the coffee pot or the canister set. But I can almost guarantee that if you do the hard work of getting rid of things you don't need, you'll find spaces for those items other than visible on the counter. And when you do, your counters are going to feel inviting and open and distraction-less and clutter-free. So find spaces to store those things off the countertops. Number 6, at this point, begin to go through the food items in your kitchen that you don't need. If you have a pantry closet, go through the closet. If you store your things in one of the cabinets, take some time and go through that. Get rid of the expired food, the food you're not going to eat anymore. Clear up that space, but I often recommend to do that last because it's usually a hidden area. Getting rid of the more obvious stuff first keeps us going and keeps us motivated. You're going to love having a clutter-free kitchen. I love it at my home. You'll love it in yours as well.